Jeremiah Sams comes in. He said he's got two questions. I think he's actually got three. But anyway, he says, one, should we take the equity out of our home to pay on the mortgage?
Okay, let's take a
Let's
look at
start
that.
there. All right.
Okay, should we take the equity out of our home to pay on the mortgage? What is your methodology of measuring? If I take equity out of the home, how much is it going to cost me to take equity out of the home? Do I have a way of measuring that, Jeremiah? What he's talking about is, should I take out one loan to help pay down another loan? It's an arbitrage play. So we're taking out money that's less expensive and putting it on a more expensive debt. So you're essentially transferring debt that is expensive to a debt that is less expensive. But here's the thing, the way that is generally taught online, no one is telling you how much it's actually costing you and how much you're actually saving. They're telling you that you are saving, and it's true, you are. But listen, if I was driving from here to California, and I have no idea how long it takes because I've never driven from Huntsville to California. And they said, well, Don, it's going to take you 10 days to drive from Huntsville to California. How would I know any different? How would I know? I don't have a way of measuring, people telling me, and they're here's your way to get there. And I don't know. It takes 10 days. That's what I was told. But somebody comes along and says, you know what? You can actually do it in a much shorter time and in a relaxing fashion if you did it this way. And here's your tool to not only measure your outcomes, but we're going to give you exactly what you need to know, where to turn, how fast to drive, and then all the other shortcuts you need to be able to get there at a much shorter time and in a relaxed fashion. That would be valuable information to me. But when we have information like this, we could plug in, then we could answer these questions. And most of the time, here's the thing, even though we can save money by using a line of credit to put on the mortgage, 99.99% of my clients don't use a line of credit. It is much more effective just optimally using their income and using anything that we can take out of equity to invest in other properties that can become income producing. So we're going to hit the thing from both sides. We're going to kill interest cost using our income more effectively, pay off our debt in record time using our income more effectively. And if we take cash out of our equity, we can actually put that into rental property so that we're making money with our opportunities here as we are saving money in interest at the same time. Saving
Yeah.
money over here, making money over there. I'm telling you, it's much more effective if you have a measuring tool, a tool to measure what you're doing. All right. Any
Yes,
other
sir.
questions?
Okay. His second question is, could you tell us how much we will be paying back if we had a 1%, 2%, or 3% interest rate?
Definitely. I could definitely tell you.
Okay.
I could definitely tell you if we plugged specific information into our opportunity cost calculator. I could definitely do that. But asking a question here in general, by asking it this way, then this is how we have learned how to ask financial questions and to get what's called a rule of thumb or heuristic. Here is what you would do if your loan was 1%. Here's what you would do if your loan was 2%. Here's what you would do if your loan was 3%. No, you can't do it like that. And here's why. Because I don't know what your outcomes would be if you had two mortgages, a student loan, and you just bought a new car. I don't know what it means if you just bought a new house that has 5 bedrooms and your electricity bill is $400 a month, as opposed to a smaller house where your electricity bill may be $75 or $100 a month. All of these variables matter when choosing which interest rate we need. And most people are unaware that we have to break it down to that kind of level to make these decisions. There's too many people online, and I mean some of the big names, that are giving you, each and every one of you, the same advice, and we take it hook, line, and sinker. And I'm telling you, if you had a doctor that was giving everybody in your town, giving them the same medical advice, would you continue to go to that doctor who is treating every single patient the same way? The answer would be no. Then why do we take financial advice from so-called financial gurus that are giving everybody the same advice? My goodness, it doesn't work. It has never worked. Let me tell you why when we hear on these programs somebody screaming out, I'm debt free, okay? They scream out that I'm debt free because if you have a program that's nationwide, then out of a program that goes out nationwide, you're going to have a certain number of people who are going to be successful on that program. But by no stretch of the imagination does that mean that everybody or even most people are going to be successful on that program, because all you see is the successful people on that particular program. And if we put them in a small space, then what it becomes is what's called an echo chamber. When everybody is saying the same thing and they're trotting them out there, then it is easy to start believing that anybody who did that would get the same result. And that is absolutely not true. You need a program that's going to be specific to your situation and your needs, and give you a track to run on that's going to help you specifically. And that's why a question like this can be misleading if we give people an answer that is general or a rule of thumb. And that's why we're here, folks, to give you good information.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.